Are you prepared to survive consequences greater than any you have faced before? Hey guys, it's Jara with Wicked Prepared. Welcome to our channel. We are so glad to see everyone today. Thanks for stopping by. Go ahead and give me a big thumbs up if you're happy to be here, and drop us a note down in the comments. Let us know where you're watching from. We love hearing from you guys. I've got a big prepper pantry haul to share with you today. We're adding quite a bit of things to our preps this week. It really feels like our prepping has sort of shifted gears. We're trying to find the things that we can afford. We're trying to foresee where prices are going up and grab things while we can before they get too expensive. Definitely making some adjustments. I think everyone out there is making adjustments and making some sacrifices, trying some new things, trying to keep costs down as much as we can. At the same time, we've started really preparing for some specific scenarios, and it's really helped focus our prepping quite a bit. One of the scenarios that we've been preparing for is just the possibility of maybe spending some time down in our basement and making sure that we have everything we need there in one place. But at the same time, there's certain things that just seem so trivial with everything going on in the world today. I keep thinking back to comments we've gotten on our channel in the past. I think it's a pretty common thing that's heard by a lot of preppers, people who say, well, what are you going to do with all these supplies when winter's over and nothing happened? And I kind of want to go back and find those comments and respond and say, well, look around at all the nothing that's happening right now. But honestly, there is no satisfaction in being right. When you hear members of the prepping community encouraging you to prepare, to stockpile food and supplies, and warning you about all the things that could happen, the things that may be coming down the road, there is nothing that we would like more than to look back 6 months and a year from now and say, well, I guess we were wrong. No one wants to be correct in these types of predictions. But we prepare for the what ifs, and there are a lot of what ifs looming in our future right now. What if things become so expensive we can no longer afford to feed our families? What if we become embroiled in a third world war? What if we're struck by an EMP? What if our country is blasted by a nuclear bomb? I hope and pray that those things never happen. But if they do, I want to make sure that I'm as prepared as I can reasonably expect to be. I want my loved ones to be prepared, and I want you to be prepared. The things that you do before, during, and after such events can have a huge impact on your survival. It's not about being afraid. Becoming educated and knowing what to have and what to do in these types of situations can go a long way towards erasing your fear. And that, my friends, is priceless. With that being said, let's see what we added to our preps this week. So here's just an overview of everything that we got this week. I've got food on this side and non-food over here. I'm going to start over here with some Amazon items that I have. Probably the most notable item is what is not here. We had ordered some ThyroSafe potassium iodide tablets a while back because you probably know potassium iodide is used in a nuclear emergency to block your thyroid from taking in radioactive iodine. When things happen like what is happening right now, they always sell out. We had ordered some to add to our supplies a while ago. We've been waiting on it, and of course now, according to Amazon, it is running late. So whether it shows up or not, we shall see. But we did get some other options. This is potassium iodide 30 milligrams per tablet. The brands you usually hear about for nuclear disasters would be IOSAT or ThyroSafe, the one that we ordered. This is just a different supplement. It's a different concentration. There's 30 milligrams per tablet as opposed to 65 or 130. But it's the same thing. It can actually be handy to have the smaller dosages because younger people actually need less, and so it's easier to divide the dosage. And then next I had got some, these are just little packets inside of here. There's only 12 packets, hydrocortisone cream. I use these in small first aid kits like the ones that I keep in my purse, things my kids carry in their backpack, things we take hiking. And I basically grabbed this because this is super cheap. It's less than $2, and sometimes if you need 5 items on your subscribe and save to get the maximum discount, if I don't have 5 items, I might throw something like this in that's really cheap and we do use and get my 5 items. And then I got some chapstick. This was always my most favorite chapstick. You definitely want to make sure that you can keep your lips protected and comfortable in any kind of an emergency. I don't use much chapstick anymore. Now that I use Lip Sense, I really never need it, but other people in my family use it, and you never know. In an emergency, I may not be using my Lip Sense. I might need chapstick again, so I got a 4-pack of these. These are the best. Now this is another form of potassium iodide. This is something new that I discovered, this Morgellons Direct. It's a kit for actually mixing your own saturated solution of potassium iodide, which is a liquid solution that you can use just the same as you would use the potassium iodide tablets. Now there's some directions that I found online, and then this also comes with its own directions inside for mixing up a potassium iodide solution. And I never really thought about this, but they said if you have this kit to mix your own, you're avoiding the additives and preservatives in the pressed pills or the pre-mixed solutions. So you have a long-term supply that you mix fresh every time. This has a very long shelf life if you keep it protected, the crystals, before they're mixed. And once they're mixed, you can mix up a batch and it'll last at least 6 months. I'm going to open this up here. So inside here it has the instructions for mixing it up. Now if you want to use this for a nuclear emergency, you would mix the fully saturated solution. It comes with a bottle to mix it in with a dropper for dosing. It comes with this nifty little funnel. Has a syringe for measuring the water, a little scoop for measuring the crystals, and it has the potassium iodide crystals. But if you're doing the fully saturated solution, you would just put the whole packet in, so you don't even need to measure. So I was super excited to find this little kit, and it just seemed easier to me and probably cheaper in the long run than buying all the elements separately. And you can get refills for this kit where you can just get the packets of crystals. And next I have some different supplies. Now I'm going to move over here so I can show you the stuff using my hands. But what I have in here, you might have seen my post about this. This is the little Yuko single candle lantern. I really love these. I really like the 3 candle version. This is the single candle version. I really love the 3 candle ones for in the house, but I thought this one would be perfect for my vehicle emergency kit, so I'm going to add this into my car. It does put off some light and a small amount of heat, which is perfect for a small space like a car. And of course you've got the handle to carry it or to hang it, and it opens and closes so it stays very protected. And it came with this carrying case and 3 extra candles. Of course these are the 9-hour candles, and I thought that was a really great deal. I'd been waiting for that to go on sale, so when it did, I grabbed one. And next, I know I mentioned that we have been talking about the possibility of spending some time in our basement. And we know we have plenty of food and water and all of that in our basement. But what I realized is not all of my emergency off-grid cooking supplies are stored down there. And so what we've decided to do is get together a kit where we store everything together and down in the basement, and it's all there if we need it. And then if we needed to leave the house, it would be also easy for us to grab it from there. It'll be all together in one box. When I get that put together, I'll do a video on that. But I've been picking up some little utensils, pots and pans and things so that I can have extras in that kit and not be missing anything from my kitchen. So this is just a little kit. It's like something that I keep in my bug out bag as well, but it's got, it actually has a little silverware set, but that's kind of, it's got a little pot with handles that pop out, and it has an even smaller one, same handles, that fits together on it like a lid. It came with something else like a sponge. I just took that out. It's got this cloth. I'm not really interested in any of this stuff. It does have this little stove in this little case. It's actually a little stove that would screw right onto a fuel canister. Now I already have one pretty much just like this, but it's always handy to have extras. You definitely want to have backups of your backups. So I thought this would be a handy little set to add into my emergency cooking kit. I also picked up another similar thing, which is another similar set, but it's a larger set, because if we happen to be down there with our whole family, just this is not going to cut it for cooking meals for the family. That might be good for heating someone up a can of soup, heating some water for tea or coffee. So this set has its own case as well. And this has its own little pan here. Once again, it has these same pop-out handles so that it's not taking up space when you store it. There's a nice lid on the pot. This is a 4-liter pot, so this is pretty large. I could make enough food for the whole family in this pot for sure. It comes with some other things inside. These sacks have little folding utensils. I'm not even sure if I'm going to keep all this stuff with this. Some of this might go in our camping stuff, but it's cups with little colored bands to identify whose is whose. It has a little tea kettle that goes inside. It actually comes with 4 little tin plates. Some more utensils. Like I said, I was mostly interested in the pot and the pan, so I'm not sure if all of this other stuff is going to stay in here or not. But if we don't use it downstairs, then we'll add this to our camping gear, or we'll definitely use it somewhere. So these and the candle lantern I got from Amazon. I'll try to have links to all of my products down in the description like I always do. This one was a clearance find that I picked up at Walmart, and I was actually pretty impressed with this. I'd had my eye on this set when they put their camping stuff on clearance, and it was still, look, $15. I wasn't interested. But when they finally marked it down to $9, I decided I'd give it a try. I was pretty impressed with it for $9. It's Stanley, so it's pretty sturdy. It's good quality. It has a handle that flips out, and this is a decent sized pot. It's actually larger than I thought it was, and the lid has straining holes in the lid. And then inside it just has two little plastic bowls that you could use for bowls or cups and utensils. And then the handle, of course, flips back in and holds it all together for storage. So I was pretty impressed with that little set as well. And then I got just this is a very small 8-quart stock pot. Just very simple. That hopefully won't take up too much room in my kit, but it'll be a little bit larger vessel for boiling larger amounts of water, for washing up, you know, things like that. And then right here, I don't know, these probably will not all go into the kit that I'm making, but this came as a set and it was pretty inexpensive. It's got 3 different sizes of strainers that are collapsible. And then it has actually a set of collapsible measuring cups and spoons, and maybe just 1 or 2 of these will end up going into my kit, but the rest will get used. I might put them in with our camping stuff. You know, I definitely believe in use what you store and store what you use, so none of this will go to waste. Now, we did get a new emergency radio. This is an upgrade for us. I really like this one. It's going to go down in our emergency supplies down in the basement. And one of the things I really like about this is it has a lot of different charging options. It has a rechargeable battery that you can also use to charge out. Like you could charge a cell phone out of this if you needed to. But it also has the option to take AA batteries, regular AA batteries, which I really like. You know, I don't like to depend on rechargeable things. It also has the hand crank and the solar panel. Now, anytime you see these kind of charging options, you really have to adjust your expectations. A small solar panel like this or a hand crank is not going to do much, but if you're desperate, it will do something. So any little bit will help. So this is an upgrade for us. I'm excited to try this one out because I think these are really good. Now this right here is something that I picked up on clearance at Walmart, and I have another one right here to show you. It's basically one of these packable coats. It was marked down to $14. It's not amazing. It's not super heavy. It's not a great coat, but I wanted some extras, and I wanted these packable ones because I thought if you could pack them up pretty small, they'd be good to keep in the back of the car for wintertime for extra coats, for emergencies if you happen to get stuck or go off the road or anything and somebody doesn't have a coat or isn't dressed warmly enough, because I have teenagers and you know how they think they're just too cool to put on their coat. So they had only men's, smalls and mediums, so I got one of each, thinking that that could be used for several different members of my family, could fit into those coats. This was also on clearance. This is just 1 roll of vet wrap. It's all they had. It was marked down to about $1. I thought we could definitely use that in our pet first aid kits. We've even used these on humans. My daughter works at a horse farm. She comes home wrapped up in vet wrap all the time. I got a couple packets of these fire starting granules. These were in Walmart in the clearance aisle. They were 75 cents. And then I got some cleaning supplies that I found in the clearance aisle that were a really good deal. This Orange Glow I have used for years, and I really like this. And it was marked down to $1.50, so I did get 4 of those. I won't have to buy anything for cleaning my floor because this is another wood floor cleaner that was $1.25. They only had 1 of these, so I got this one. I've also used this, I believe, and I like them both. So I shouldn't have to buy anything to clean my floors for quite a long time, because you know I do like to keep at least about 6 months of cleaning supplies stocked up, just in case. You never know. With the pandemic, some of the cleaning supplies I used I wasn't able to find in the store for close to a year. So I just like to have a supply on hand. This Spot Shot, it's made for carpets, but it also said it could be used on laundry stains, and I think that I could probably use it in my car. These were $1.25. I thought that was a really good deal. And then I got these Suave conditioners. You know I struggle to keep conditioner in stock in this house because we go through it like it's going out of style with all the girls and all the hair in this house. And so I was going to try these Suaves because they were a little bit less expensive than some of the other ones that we use. Now this double pack back here was kind of a lucky substitution in my grocery order. You know how sometimes you really luck out with that? I ordered the conditioner and they must have been out of the conditioner, so they substituted the double pack with the shampoo and the conditioner. So I basically got the shampoo for free. And this one, we have opened one up already and tried it out because we're not picky about shampoo, body wash, any of that stuff. We'll use just about anything, but conditioner is something that we're a little bit more picky about. But we have tried one of these green Suaves, and it's a winner. We kind of like it, so I think we'll stick with buying some of this because it's a lot cheaper. Now I also got a couple of these because they are marked down to $2. These are the reusable K-cups that you can fill with your own coffee. Now I already have some of these. I used them for a while trying to save money on my K-cups, and I just wasn't really a big fan. I like the convenience of the K-cups, so I had stopped using them, but with the price of coffee, I may go back to doing this, so I figured where they were marked down to $2, I'd grab a couple more. And I did grab a big value size of ground coffee. We use K-cups every day, but we do stock some regular ground coffee for emergencies and for camping. We use it for camping. But with the price of coffee, I figured it wouldn't be a bad idea to grab another big tin of this. And like I said, I might change from using the K-cups and use a little bit more of this in the reusables. But in case of an emergency, especially if it was an extended emergency and I wasn't able to get my K-cups or use my Keurig, I definitely don't want to be without coffee. So I need to make sure we have plenty of that. But that being said, I did try a new brand. This is actually the Amazon brand of K-cups. This was a box of 100 K-cups. It's the donut shop, which is basically what I always got from Walmart. I always got my K-cups from Walmart, and they were about $20 for a 96 pack, and then the price has gone up to $25. And so I decided it was time to start shopping around. And I found that Amazon, if I put these on my subscribe and save, I will pay less than $20 for them. And so they're actually a little bit cheaper than what I was paying from Walmart. And we did open them up to try them, and they're not bad. So they'll pass for now. And I did get a couple extra cases of the half-pint canning jars because I've used a bunch of those recently canning my cat food and cream cheese. I used some of these sizes, so I thought I would add some more of these. And next, I did add another big roll of a really heavy plastic sheeting and another roll of duct tape. These are going to go down in our emergency supplies in the basement. You can use the plastic sheeting, of course, to help seal up any cracks in your house, your doors, your windows, around your heating and ventilation system. If you want to keep nuclear fallout out of your home, any kind of chemical or biological agent, you can use this heavy-duty plastic sheeting. You're going to want heavy-duty. I think that's a 6 mil. And you also can use that to rope off sort of a containment area if you have people coming in who may have been in a contaminated area and you want to get them all cleaned up and stripped down. And then the duct tape, of course, is to be used in conjunction with the plastic sheeting. We have plenty of duct tape lying around here, but I thought it would be good to have just another roll that is going to be dedicated to downstairs. Water. Now I did get 2 more of these 5-gallon jugs. You know I use a lot of these to store water in because we do use them on our water cooler that we have, our water dispenser, and so they do get used, they do get rotated, so that's one less thing I have to worry about. But I wanted to add some more water storage. I have a bunch of these down in the basement. I bought 2 more that I'll be filling up and moving down there. I did get a gallon of distilled water. This is just for mixing up the potassium iodide solution. You need to use distilled water because any other water would have minerals dissolved in it, and that would not allow it to absorb enough of the potassium iodide to make a saturated solution. And then these cases of water, I grabbed these at Shaw's because I used to always get the 40 packs at Walmart. 10 cents a bottle is my upper limit that I want to pay for these types of water bottles. And they always had the 40 pack at Walmart for $3.98, so that was within my price range. And the price has now gone up. I think it's $4.58 for the 40 pack. So I have not bought it. We do have plenty in the basement. But these went on sale at Shaw's for $1.67. For the 24 pack, it was a limit of 2, so I just got the 2. But I'm going to keep my eye out for deals like that, and if I can keep restocking with deals like that, hopefully I won't have to pay the higher prices on the water bottles. And then I did just get some of the plastic forks and some more of the 9-ounce paper cups. We use a lot of those, and I'm definitely going to want to have disposables in our basement. in case we do spend time down there. And the forks, I use a lot more plastic forks than I do knives and spoons because we wash the knives and spoons. We throw them right in the dishwasher and reuse them quite a few times. But the forks, they don't really last. If you do that, they get weakened and they'll just break. And then I did grab some animal food. I found these in the clearance aisle for $4, and that is a brand that we have fed our smaller dogs before. So for $4 a bag, I grabbed that. And then I was really excited to find this chicken food on clearance at our Walmart. These are 20-pound bags, so they're only half the size of the bags I usually buy, but they were marked down to $3.25. They had 3 of them, and I grabbed them all. $3.25 for 20-pound bags of chicken food was pretty good. And then just one more 30-pound bag of the Rachel Ray limited ingredient. That's what we feed our dogs. I try to keep a little bit ahead on that. I know you can't store dry dog food for a very long time, so canned is the way to go if you're storing food for your dogs, because you really aren't going to get probably any more than a year on dry dog food before it starts to go rancid. So we've had some shortages on canned dog food, not as bad as the cat food, but we have had some shortages. So I'm thinking of making my own canned dog food like I did with cat food. So let me know if you'd like to see that in a video sometime. Now, before I move on to the food portion of the haul, there's one more thing I wanted to show you that literally just showed up in my mailbox, and I am so excited. This is our Jace case. This is the case and the booklet that go with our emergency antibiotic supply that we just added to our preps last time. If you saw my last haul, I showed you all the antibiotics that we got for our emergency supply, and this is the case. They ship the medications out from one location, and then the case and the booklet ship separately, so we had to wait a little bit longer for these, but really the important part was the emergency antibiotics. And we did already have this book, this Alton's Antibiotics, which is kind of like a larger and more in-depth version of this little booklet. But the great thing about this booklet is that it's going to fit right in this case, so we always have this with our supply of emergency antibiotics for quick reference. It just basically goes over all the different things, like which antibiotic is best to treat which condition and which medical issue you might have. So now that we've got the case, we've got the perfect place to store our emergency antibiotic supply. It's right there all together. If we need it, we can take it if we need to evacuate, if we need to bug out. It's also great for travel. And I think the case is super cute. Of course, that's not the important part. The important part is what's inside. Now I'll make sure to put a link right up in the corner if you want to check out our other haul video where we talked more about the Jace case, and if you want to check out Jace Medical and see about getting your own emergency antibiotic and medicine supply. And now that we have the case, we have the complete set, I'll also be doing a video dedicated just completely to the Jace case if you want to learn more about that. So keep an eye out for that and make sure that you're subscribed. So now I'm going to move on to the food items. I do have 4 cases of canned vegetables over here. Now 2 of these cases, you see they're wrapped in plastic. I have found lately with Walmart, I have found that they're selling some foods like this packed in a case, sold by the case, and it's a little bit cheaper. I know last time I told you about the large cans of canned chicken that I found. Well, this time I found sweet peas and green beans offered in a 12-pack package as a case online, and they were a little bit cheaper than buying the single cans. So I took advantage of that and grabbed those. I wanted to really bulk up on our canned veggies, canned fruits, all of those things, just in case, you know, we have to rely on that. We want to have some nutrition. Diced potatoes, I grabbed those. I don't have a lot of those. I don't use a lot of those. I have used them for things like home fries, but I figured they would be good in some soups and some quick, you know, shelf-stable recipes. And then canned spinach. I have not bought canned spinach in quite a while. Canned spinach, let's face it, is kind of gross. I would much rather have freeze-dried spinach if I can't have fresh. But I have used it before. I used to make box macaroni and cheese for the kids and just toss some spinach right on top of that, salt and pepper, and we like to eat it just like that. So I figure spinach is pretty nutritious, so it was a good one to have in the pantry. And then I grabbed some more ramen just because we are running low on ramen. I didn't even realize I don't eat the stuff. My kids eat it sometimes. So I grabbed 2 more of these 12 packs of the chicken, you know, the ramen blocks. And then I got a case of these chicken flavored cups, because we're all out of those. I have a lot of the cheddar cups, and I have the lime chili shrimp, and I didn't have any more chicken. So the next thing I got was this was from Amazon. This is a large tub of hollandaise sauce mix, because I really like hollandaise sauce, and my brother used to work for a restaurant. I have made it homemade before, but my brother used to work for a restaurant, and they had really good hollandaise sauce, and I asked him about it. He used to bring me home cups of it to have at home. And he said they just used a mix and they just added a little extra butter, a little extra lemon to doctor up the mix, and it was delicious. So I found this online and I thought I would buy this to have on hand so that we could have hollandaise sauce easily. And then I bought 24 boxes of this Great Value mac and cheese. I bought 12 of the original, 12 of the thick and creamy. I had a ton of Kraft. I know I mentioned I got a deal on Kraft. This was years ago. They accidentally marked the 5-packs the same price as the single boxes. So they had the 5-packs for 98 cents. I bought so much of that I have not had to buy macaroni and cheese in years. But we're starting to run low. And my son is really picky. He only wants the Kraft. He won't eat any of the other brands. My daughter, she'll eat whatever. Well, I saw something online where this guy had taste tested all of the top box macaroni and cheeses, and he actually ranked the Great Value as his absolute favorite. He ranked it above Kraft. He ranked it above everything else. And it's only 34 cents. So I said, you know what, we're going to try this. I told my son, he ranked that the highest, so we're going to give it a try. I'm sure somebody will eat it, even if he won't. This is just one random drink mix that I picked up in the clearance aisle because the box was dented, because I love the cherry flavored. And a few boxes of pasta. These 4 boxes here I was actually given because one of my family members had bought them and then decided that she was going to start using only whole wheat because she had a family member who had to eat healthier. I tend to buy whole wheat when it's available, but like I said, I'll take anything I can get for free because this is going to add to my pantry and it's going to save me money that I can put into something else. So I've just got a box of spaghetti, a box of rotini, and 2 boxes of ziti. And the ziti I can never find in whole wheat anyways. And then I did buy, let's see, I think I got 6 of these boxes of jumbo shells because I have so much pasta. We do like to make stuffed shells sometimes. You can stuff these with so many different things. There's the traditional cheese stuffed shells, but there's also taco stuffed shells and seafood stuffed shells, and there's so many different variations you can make. I have hundreds of pounds of pasta, literally, and I only had 1 box of jumbo shells left. So I bought 6 boxes of these. These are very bulky, which is probably part of the reason I didn't buy more. I had to wait to be able to find these. Pasta has been really, really, really hard to find in my area. The pasta shelves are bare a lot of the time, so that's why I grab it when I can get it. But if you look at the size of one of the boxes of jumbo shells compared to like a box of spaghetti, spaghetti is going to be your best bet to store the most pasta in the least amount of space. So if you don't have a lot of space, if you stick with just spaghetti, that will help. I did get 2 20-pound bags of flour. We have quite a bit of flour, but I just want to make sure that we have plenty. I mean, wheat supplies, the price of wheat is going way up. Between Russia and the Ukraine, they supply a lot of the wheat for the whole world, really. And I just want to make sure that we have plenty of flour and wheat products. I have some whole wheat berries down in my basement that we can grind. But if you have flour, you can make so many things. You can make bread. You can make your own pasta. You can make all sorts of things. It's very important. So I've got actually those are 2 10-pound bags of flour that I grabbed there. And then we got a bunch of salad dressing. This is one area where I have noticed prices going up, especially in the name brand. And I don't buy the name brand, but usually when the name brand goes up in price, the others are going to follow. So I bought quite a bit of what we use now. The Italian and the ranch, we use this Italian. I bought a little more Italian because we use this on pasta salads, and we're going to be having probably a lot of pasta salads in the summer. And also this is a couple of my family members' favorite dressing on their green salad. But pasta salad is a good summertime meal, and you can make that from shelf-stable ingredients. The pasta is shelf-stable. You can use canned veggies. I always use canned artichoke hearts, and I usually use some fresh veggies as well, but you could just use canned if that's all you have. The ranch, of course, for salads and recipes, and then blue cheese. This is my favorite dressing, so I got 4 of those. And then this creamy French. I got, how many did I get? 10 of those, I think. Lately, shopping at Walmart has been kind of like a scavenger hunt. Most of the prices are going up, but every once in a while I'm finding prices that are down lower than they have been ever before. A couple weeks ago I told you about the cream cheese. I had found the cream cheese for 82 cents a block, which was a really low price for our area. At the same time, I was finding crescent rolls, the Great Value crescent rolls for 82 cents a pack. They're usually over $2 in my store. So I bought a ton of those. Now the price has gone back up, but I found this dressing for 92 cents. The rest of these are $1.50 something, I believe. But this one was 92 cents. And there was a couple of Italians that were 92 cents, but they were the light and the fat-free, which I wasn't interested in. But this creamy French, it is one of my daughter's favorite dressings on her salad, but we have a favorite recipe that we make with this, and you just take a bottle of this creamy French dressing, you take a can of jellied cranberry sauce and a packet of onion soup mix, and you blend those together, and you put them over chicken breast. You can do it in the oven or the crock pot, and you cook them till the chicken's done, and it makes a delicious sauce, ton of sauce. You serve that over rice, and it's one of our favorite meals. So because I got a really good deal on this dressing, I'm going to be adjusting our menu, and we'll probably have that chicken dish a little bit more often, just like we had dishes including the crescent rolls more often when those were on sale. And we will go through this dressing before it expires for sure. And then I got some cans of fruit. I got a case of the peaches. I didn't find cases sold for a special deal on the fruits like I did with the veggies, but I'm going to keep an eye out. But I got a case of peaches. I got 6 of these cans of mandarin oranges. These are actually more expensive than most of the other canned fruits, and not everyone in my house likes them, so that's why I only got 6. And I did get 12 of the evaporated milk. That's good to have on hand. You can use it in, you could cream your coffee with it if you needed to, if you didn't have, half and half. You can use it in soups like chowders and stuff like that. You can add half water, half evaporated milk, and use it like milk in an emergency. I did get 2 of these media crema. I prefer this to the evaporated milk, but it's more expensive, and my local store does not sell this. The nearest store that sells it, I was there the other day, and they only had 2. So I bought them both, and I'm ordering some more from Amazon. So I really like this media crema, though. This is really great to use in dishes where you want creaminess, and it can also be used for things like making sour cream. You can make butter out of it. This is one of my favorite canned shelf-stable dairy products. And then the final thing that I got this week that I'm really excited to try out is this dehydrator. Now, the dehydrator that we have is one of the old school ones that's round, and the trays are sort of donut shaped. It has the tower that comes up through the middle. And it works great for certain things, but it's really kind of a pain in the butt, and I really wanted a more traditional square tray dehydrator. Now, I really would love to have an Excalibur dehydrator, but it's just not really in the budget for us right now. And someone in one of my dehydrating groups on Facebook has this brand and recommended it, and she does all sorts of amazing things in hers, so it was a good deal, so I thought I would try it out. So I'm pretty excited to do some dehydrating projects in this. So if you have this brand of dehydrator, you've ever tried it out, let me know how you like it down in the comments. And if you have any other brand that you really like, let me know that as well. All right, guys, that's what we've added to our preps this week. The deals I found, the adjustments that we've had to make, and the plans that we have to make our preps work better for us. Let me know down in the comments, have you had to make any adjustments to your shopping or prepping habits? I encourage you to think not only about the items that you have, but how you store and organize them. Make sure that your preps will work for you. Have a plan for different scenarios that might unfold, and work through those plans to make sure that you have what you need, where you need it, when you need it, because that's what prepping is all about. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, leave me a smiley face emoji, because we need a little more happiness in the world. And one last thing, don't forget to go check out Jace Medical to get your emergency antibiotic supply. I'm Jara with Wicked Prepared. Survive today, thrive tomorrow. We'll see you next time.